Alrighty guys, welcome to another quick tutorial. This one's going to focus on how to create a nice looking 3D image of our 3D model for the cover sheet. So you want to do this last in the project because everything has to be done and finished by the time you put the 3D together. Otherwise, if there's any changes after the 3D image has saved, then you'll need to redo the 3D image. First of all, you just want to get into your 3D view, and I like to orient to the top view, preferably with the the front of the house kind of down the page like that. The personal preference though, and you want to go up to the top and click on camera. Sorry about that. Okay, with actually choosing where to go from where the camera is going to be, you want to kind of show either side. You don't want to shoot it straight down the middle because then it just looks like an elevation and they don't get that sense of depth that a 3D view offers. So the first click is going to be where the camera is and the second click is going to be where the camera is looking. So let's go about here because that's going to be far enough from the residence that you'll be able to see either side of the building, and then you want to click all the way through past the end so that you'll see everything. Okay, so that's a pretty good first crack. You can move these controls to wherever and however you like. You want it to be kind of a good aspect ratio, I guess you'd say, like a wide image. First thing you'll notice is that the topography is kind of showing up all over the place, and that's because we modeled the topography to show up in the elevations and section as to how it actually is, but we don't tend to model the driveway to respect that as well. So in the 3D views, I like to keep it very, very simple. So I'll hide this topo surface, or all of them, per se. And if you're lucky, there will already be another flat topography in the image, but there's not in this one. And for the sake of this tutorial, I'll show you what we do there. So you want to go up to get your site plan. Oh, it doesn't really matter, I guess. Or your 3D. And then you want to go new topo surface. And what we're going to do is we're going to make just a flat topo surface. So elevation of 0, and you just want to make it a big box. Can't be too big. There's really nothing going wrong here. And then just go finish surface. So because we've made a new topography, rather than to just jump straight back into the 3D, which now looks good, you have to be wary of the fact that now you've got to hide that topo surface in these elevations and sections because it's going to show up everywhere, and it's an easy mistake to make, I guess, moving forward. If you want to be really clever, you can change the phase created to new construction, change that to demolished in new construction. Sorry, change it to created in existing, demolished in new construction. Then that should hide it in all of the elevations. And it's still going to be there in our 3D view if we change the phase filter to show all. But then, of course, you just got to go and hide all of the other top surfaces. But yeah, that's kind of the gist of that. Very, very important thing with 3D views when saving them is thin lines wants to be on. Otherwise, you're not going to see the patterns and the hatch regions of any kind of surface which isn't immediate in the view. But you just have to trust me on that. It's a bit hard to explain, but you want thin lines on. And let's just go ahead and hide apply. So that's looking good. If you're not happy with the aspect ratio of 3D view and you're using a version of Revit from 2019 or earlier, unfortunately it's best to just go back and do another 3D view. Just try it again. But with Revit 20, we've got this fly feature, which if you select that, you can use the WASD keys on the keyboard, and then you can move around to reposition the camera. And it's a really cool feature. Just come out in Revit 20. I've used that a heap of times. Okay, so press escape to get out of that. this is looking good. So what we want to do now is right click on 3D View 1, go save to project as image, and then you don't have to be precious about what you name it. I just call it 1 because it really, really doesn't matter. You can call it really whatever you want, but 1 is very efficient. With image size, I change it to zoom to then 125%. It'll default to fit to 512 pixels, whatever, but we want to make a nice big image, so we'll make it zoom to 125%, and then the raster image quality is 600, and that is really all that needs to change with the settings there. So we'll just go OK. That'll take a second to apply, and then this image is going to show up under renderings in the project browser here. So let's go ahead and jump over to our cover sheet, which is looking very lonely. Collapse windows, and then you just want to click and drag and drop, place it wherever you like. It'll default have this little view title thing here, so you just go over to properties here and then change it to no title, and then that's going to get rid of that annoying line or whatever whatever the company standard is. If you want to resize the image, you want to double click on it, activate the viewport, drag it out, and that's it. And then double click elsewhere. Something to be wary of is with images, they'll come up with a scale of 1:1 often. So, with our company title block, I've built in a parameter for the scale indicator. So we just uncheck that if it's there because it's obviously not 1:1. Look, that's pretty much it. Yeah, thanks for tuning in.